Assalamualaikum and a very good day I wish to all of you. Welcome to our forum. My name is Nurani Mamakno as your moderator today. As we know, men and women both have careers in terms of dealing with the development of the nation, requiring women to work in order to support their families and themselves on an economic level. Discussing the subject, we had brought up and working together to find solution through the exchange of useful and valuable suggestions, which will be made by our visitors. Should educated women be a housewife? Is a topic you would like to spotlight today because it's extremely intriguing. Each of us has likely thought about and formed their own opinion on these matters. So now I want to introduce our panelists for today's forums before we get started. Our first panelist is Ustazah Nur Hasmida from University Science Islam Malaysia. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, good and glad to be here today. Thank you, Ms. Moderator.
Thank you. Next to her is our specially panel 2, Mrs. Karinisa, as wife of our current Member of Parliament, MP Pomua. Also, we have Professor Madya, Dr. Izzat Daniel, as a history expert, University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Other than that, we have Dr. Nur Hidayat Shazina, who is lecturer in Faculty of Human Resources Management in International Islamic University Malaysia, IIUM. Then Dr. Asfa Azhar as the head of Department in Psychology and Counselling Division. And finally is Miss Mimisha Crispio, who is a bachelor student of University Technology Mara. Hopefully everyone are in a good condition and thank you for coming today. Before we start our forum in detail, let me explain about our topic today. A housewife is a woman who has chosen to not work outside the home for money, but rather devotes all time, energy, and love into creating a safe, warm, clean home for her family to grow and thrive. She cooks, clean, childcare, shopping, countless errands, and careful money management, all while supporting her family and community through community service work, volunteering, and general parenting, commonly referred to as a stay-at-home mom. Housewives are the largest workforce in the country who work 24/7 hours without questioning and in return paid nothing. As a result, there is mental exhaustion of insecurity of not having freedom of doing things her way both financially and morally. Therefore, should educated woman be a housewife is what we will discuss today. So for a starting, what is your opinion, Ustazah Smida?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to panelists and everyone. Regarding the topic given, I would like to share these words. Abdullah ibn Umar narrates that the Prophet Muhammad SAW, each of you is a shepherd and is responsible for his flock. A ruler rules over people is a shepherd and is responsible for them. The man is a shepherd over his family and responsible for them. The woman is a shepherd over her husband and children and responsible for them. The housewife's roles revolves around three main areas, which is her husband, her children, and their home. Her role is a lot of responsibility, intelligence, adaptability, creativity, and discipline. The housewife wears many hats out of love for her family. She's the rock of the family, the grounding and stabilizing force that holds down the fort. She's the warmth of the home, its beauty, its feminine strength. In my opinion, although I'm a working woman, but I positively support them to be a housewife because the precious thing of being a housewife is that they can spend more time with her family and children. She can focus on their health and well-being while working according to their own schedules. Since they are not constrained by time, they do not have to rush through life as someone who has a career. A housewife can take her time performing household chores because she's not under the authority of a vengeful or depressed boss. Aside of that, we don't mean to imply that working women are less attentive, but those who had stay-at-home mothers admitted having closer relationships than those whose mothers work full-time. I believe the stay-at-home mother will get to enjoy every moment of seeing their children develop. In fact, the largest guilt a working spouse experiences is not spending enough time with young children. A housewife always remains remains with her children and eventually develops into their closest friend. The father of the family can be at ease knowing that his children are well cared for and in secure hands. Spending time with your kids indeed is a wonderful way to unwind. That's all for me, and I pass back to our moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Satasika, for your explanation. You strongly agree that educated women should be a housewife. Let's move to Mrs. Karinisa. As a housewife, what is your view about this topic?
Thank you to Miss Moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to all the panelists and the audience. I'm so glad to be one of the guests here. So, based on today's topic, I can direct state that women should be educated. And I absolutely not agree women should be a housewife. The gut I have to say this because me, as myself, were a housewife, feel my social circle lives have gotten into a rut and have a harder time in making a new friends. I feel that my priorities have changed and can relate to the partying centric lifestyle that I have done before. There's a lot of things that have more to obligations and responsibilities that I have a full-time careers and have to work extra hours. Right now, I have my two lovely kids, whereas Gil, 5 years old, my son, and Lily, 3 years old, my daughter. That day I have to give my all attention to them. My husband was a current member of parliament, MP Mua, and always busy with his work that he have no time space to spend quality time with our family. All in all, I don't have a tons of spare hours to put myself out there to try to find some new buddies because I have to focus my work as a mom, as a wife, and the leader of my household. And this is a point of my view as a housewife that a person have to spend and sacrifice that the rest all of my life to take care of my family. And it is late for me to turn back time and choose a career instead of being a full-time stay-at-home wife. I hope that educated women out there choose a wise decision before you want to be a housewife and think about consequences, responsibilities that you have to take care. And that is for me. Thank you. I totally not agree that with educated women should and be a housewife. And I'm passing back our discussion to you, Miss Moderator.
Thank you, Mrs. Karinisa. That was a great point to be said. What can you say, Professor Mada, Dr. Izzat Daniel, with our topic today? Is it good or bad?
Um, okay, thank you for our Miss Moderator. Thank you for inviting me to this forum. I am honored to become one of your guests. So, hi and assalamualaikum to all the panelists. I have heard a very good insight from panelists so far, though I have a different stance. As for me, women are more suited to becoming a housewife. What have I said may offend some people, but I think in order to find the truth, we have to risk being offensive. So, in my opinion, being a housewife is like coming back to our gender roles and continue the lifestyle of our ancestors. We can apply this situation into our current era. So, I don't want to talk about how mothers can spend more time with their child, as that point have been said by Ustazah Nasida. So, for me, by being a housewife, it is proven that women are better in management than men, especially money. So this can be seen from the history where most wives are housewives and how they ration the food and resources for their family are exceptional. So with that being said, there were less problems with food not being enough for the family. I think it can be applied in our modern situation where wives can manage our expenses from home. So this helps us plan our finances more efficient as there are someone keep track our expenses. So now before this my wife were working and now she is a housewife. So I applied this in our family and I think it worked wonder for our family. So my wife studied finance and she used her knowledge for our family. So before she becoming a housewife, before we did this thing, I think we were struggling with money and now with someone keep track our expenses, we know that we spend money on unnecessary things. After we recalculate our expenses, now we got rid of the things that we didn't need. So besides that, my wife planned the expenses for the whole week, so we can buy food for enough for the week before allocated it to another next week. So this saves us so much money. Now we can also save for holidays and entertainment. In fact, I give all my wages to my wife so she can handle it from home. And every day she will give me 10 ringgit for eat the lunch and 1 ringgit to sedekah. Okay. So I think this is what marriage should be like. Husbands being the brawn and the wife being the brain, controlling the expenses, being a mastermind at home. So continue to our Miss Moderator.
Thank you, Marissa Madia, Dr. Izzat Daniel, for your opinion. So, Dr. Hidayati Shazina, what about your opinion from our topic today? Okay, a very big thank you for Miss Noraini for becoming our moderator to this forum. So, my opinion regarding these issues is based on my occupation. In my opinion, a housewife has no personal life. I'm sorry for saying this, but being a housewife can grow tired of completing the same regular household chores. She is less exposed to the outside world and she may be unable to get any sense of self-satisfaction through job. So basically, a housewife may become frustrated from doing all this without having a personal or professional life, which is very not good. As a woman, we need time to pamper ourselves, or more popularly called as me time, such as go to shopping, spa, movies. I, as a lecturer, will take time to go out and on holidays when the weekend arrives. These are small things that can provide joy and happiness to one's life. There is a fantastic life with better usage of one's skill in a profitable way, since a housewife's skill does not come to the front, and all of her skill will be lost if she does not prioritize it. International Journal of Human Resource and Industrial Research state that accepting only the roles of mother and wife in society will increase housewife social invisibility and cause them to evaluate themselves negatively as individuals who are only depend on their families and overburdened with responsibilities. Being a housewife, she has to take permission to do something if she wants to do as well. For example, if she wants to take a new car, she must ask permission from her husband and request for money. She is always to do things that she enjoys. Moreover, sometimes a housewife has to change her taste according to her family members. So at this point, women must understand that they cannot continue to do everything, but they can maintain control and delegate some of the tasks to their children. Teach them important life skills and responsibilities such as helping with laundry, cleaning, cooking. So I will consider that women with jobs outside the home are generally happier and more satisfied with their life than a full-time housewife. So that's all from me. Thank you, Miss Moderator. That's such a good point. Thank you, Doctor. Then let's proceed to Dr. Azhar. What is your thought about this?
Thank you for asking the question, Ms. Moderator. So I will proceed with my point of view. Being a housewife is one of the options available to women. It's not that they want to work, rather they want to remain housewife so they can serve at home and care for the children on their own. However, this option is not popular with everyone and is a source of pride for many individuals who still have a negative perception of a profession as a housewife. In this section, I express my thoughts about a housewife. Being a housewife comes first. Being a housewife has its benefit in terms of scheduling flexibility. A housewife is always the finest type of mother since her family and children come first. Every stage of a child's development needs the provision of love, affection, discipline, and emotional support. If the mother stays at home, she will be able to spend more time with her children. She is capable of raising her children in accordance with her own culture and customs. Babysitters are useful for looking after children, but they cannot be expected to raise them. The timetable must be packed with positive activities. For example, quality time is required. Children require a mother rather than a babysitter. A mother should spend a lot of time with her children. If employment is required, she must manage her time and her children. Aside from that, the housewife organizes time management at home. As a result, family interaction improve and become more peaceful. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for your opinion, Dr. Azhar. So, Miss Michelle, as a bachelor student, if you get married after you graduate, do you prefer to be fully housewife or focus on your career? What is your opinion?
So thank you for the question, Miss Moderator. As a business student, I already decided to focus on my career after graduate. Even if I get married immediately after graduate, I still want to make sure that my finances is stable for my married life. In my opinion, being a fully housewife can lead to financial issues. I think most people agree that the economic aspect must be fulfilled as one of the responsible to provide support for family members in married life. It is important because a stable family economy allows a family to manage the financial more easily. Usually, financial problem in Malaysia occurs when the husband is unable to provide enough support for his wife and children. So based on Sinaharian News on July 2021,
most domestic violence happen because of financial issues in married life. One of the biggest issues that can negatively impact a marriage is how each partner handle the money. Get married is never a mistake, but I think it is important to understand where the financial struggle come from in married life, so you can try and head them off before they ever come up, or at least you have a backup. There is not a lot of thing that I can say because I still don't have experience for that. So that's all for me. I will pass to Miss Moderator.
Thank you. All of the panelists have give their best opinion in this topic. However, before we end this forum, I want to ask Mrs. Harinisa some question because I'm curious. You are a housewife, but why do you support that educated women should not end their education in the kitchen?
Thank
Education.
you. Okay, thank you to Miss Moderator for the great questions. Okay, every woman has a unique voice and a journey. Women are indispensable. Women should not end their career in the kitchen. A popular slogan goes thus: when you educate a girl child, you educate the whole nation. The truth be told, gone are the days when civilizations has gotten the green light. Women were usually take second-class citizens by those who felt they were nothing. A woman is supposed to have every opportunity a man has to improve herself. The altar of a marriage should not be one that encourages women to sacrifice her dreams and ambitions to serve a man fully in his bed and in the kitchen. She should be given a chance to show against her guts to the society. She should be given free will to explore and make a significant changes. Every woman out there deserves a voice, has the right and freedom to become whatever she has ever dreamed of becoming. Only if the society starts changing its conceptions and ideology of a woman being a tool to be handled by a demigod. Then Mary Child quotes having say that a woman is a full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. A woman is indeed indispensable. Her responsibility is beyond the walls of the kitchen. Thank you. That's all from me, Miss Moderator.
Thank you for answering my question, Mrs. Karimisa. So, is there any panelists that want to add on any opinion about this topic?
Okay, so I want to add on this topic. Okay, so I think that housewife plays a big role in our society. In creating a nation, a great nation, it comes from from a house. Then you can contribute for the bigger aspects, the country, for example. So, in order to create a warrior, in order to create a good citizen, it comes from a home. So mothers play a big role in educating the children. What Karinisa have said is true. So um, if the housewife educate the children and their children will become a good citizen. So it's true that women are creating, they are creating a nation, a good nation, but they don't realize it. So I want to open all the eyes that to create a good nation, it comes from a home and it comes from a housewife. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Izzat Daniel, for your opinion. I guess that's all for today. I will end our forum discussion with Thanks to all of the panelists and audience. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you.